A finger that points to the moon. Imagine a towering mountain and a blemishless mirror fused into one. Imagine, if you can, that this mountain was made of incandescent light. And imagine that you were put before this mountain, your breath frozen into your throat. You looked at it. This is what your first darshan of Guruji would be like. When he wills this meeting to happen, he will penetrate into the core of your being. You will be denuded of all the pretension. Your soul will be exposed to his gaze. And when you see yourself in him, when you glimpse your own lion-like divinity, you will truly be his disciple. Do not imagine that this meeting will not happen. Do not imagine that Guru was made of the body and has disappeared into the void. There are more darshans to come, 100,000 meetings to happen, and a majestic promise to be fulfilled between Guruji and his beloved disciples. The promise of love. That the Guru and the disciple be united in the clasp of eternity. We can keep our part of promise by beginning to know ourselves. For the Sadguru, our Guruji is a mirror put up before our eyes so that we can recognize ourselves. The Guru, as the world itself shows, removes the darkness of ignorance with the light of wisdom. In this nation's sacred tradition, the Guru is put on a pedestal even higher than that of gods. He is seen as the sine qua non of the spiritual journey. He is the guide without whom the tentative first-time climber and the stalwart spiritual mountaineer are both lost. He is not only the path, not only the gate through which the seeker goes, but also the goal, the top of the mountain. He is the pole star in the journey from darkness to light, from ignorance to self-illumination. And all the scriptures of the world are but feeble commentaries on his nature. They are the fingers that point to the moon. But when you have Guruji's darshan, the moon is right before you, incandescent. If you choose to avert your gaze, not once, but again and again, the light of truth is too strong for you. The Guru's call is to the divine in you. His words or Shabad, his hukum or fiat is like the pebble that hits the lake. The entire lake shivers with the form of its energy. And know that this energy is contagious. It is inescapable. Meeting the Guru or having his darshan is not like going for a social visit. It is like going to war knowing you are going to lose. It is like watching a fire burn the house of your ego down. It is the preparation to meet the highest. For the Sadguru, robs man of his defenses. You cannot win over a Sadguru with words. You cannot put up an appearance before him. He knows the truth of your being. Accept that. Hide nothing. Don't play games with him. When you come to him, it is not who you are that matters. It is not how confounded you are, or how dark your deeds were, or what promises of saintliness you are now making. What matters is whether you have said yes. That yes is the first, most firm footstep on the spiritual journey. That yes brings innumerable gifts, and yes claps you to Guru's being with a force that even death cannot sunder. That yes brings the Guru's entire clemency, his grace to you. And yes, that is perhaps the disciple's only task. The rest of the journey is a reaffirmation, footstep by footstep, of the first step. That yes is the miracle. The rest are the miraculous details. An ancient prayer invokes the Guru as Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwara, Gurur Sakshat Parbrahm, Tasmai Shri Guruve Namah. The Holy Trinity of the Gods. For the Guru, being is limitless. He is not just the creator, the preserver, and the resurrector, or God absolute. He is all the creation himself. He is the thousand-eyed, thousand-limbed, thousand-mouthed God. He is the seed, the spore, the sap, and the tree of life. No one knows him. The wise are silent about his nature, but before the mirror of the Guru, the disciple sees and knows. That seeing is the true darshan. All the rest are preliminaries that help lead him there. That knowing is truly touching the Guru's feet, for in that moment of illumination, the Guru is revealed.